A trauma bond feels like the opposite of choice. It's a feeling of being trapped, confused, and completely out of control. So the very mention of choice can feel like an accusation, like another layer of blame when you're already drowning in self-doubt. Let's be crystal clear from the start. This is not about blame. You do not choose to be abused or manipulated. The responsibility for abuse lies solely with the abuser. Full stop. But what if we could look at choice from a different angle? What if understanding the subtle, powerful role of choice? Within this dynamic is the actual key to breaking free. This isn't about blaming you for staying. This is about empowering you to leave. It's about reframing choice not as a reflection of failure, but as the hidden superpower you can use to find your way out. Let's explore how. First, let's define what a trauma bond truly is, because the term is often misunderstood. It's not just a difficult relationship or a strong connection. A trauma bond is a profound and paradoxical emotional attachment that a person in an abusive or toxic situation feels toward their abuser. This isn't simple affection. It is a complex psychological and physiological bond forged from a destructive and repetitive cycle of abuse, followed by moments of kindness, remorse, or reward. Think of it as a pattern. One moment, there's cruelty, neglect, criticism, or rage. The next, there might be apologies, promises to change, intense affection, or gifts. This destructive dance creates what psychologists call intermittent reinforcement. Imagine playing a slot machine. You pull the lever again and again, getting nothing. But then, just as you're about to walk away, you hit a small jackpot. That unpredictable reward is intensely powerful. Your brain isn't focused on all the losses. It's fixated on the memory of the win and the possibility of the next one. In a relationship, this intermittent reinforcement is one of the most powerful behavioral teachers known. The positive moments, the jackpots, become incredibly significant. The brain latches onto these glimpses of the good person, the partner they fell in love with, and it creates a powerful craving for those times to return. This cycle creates a deep sense of confusion and dependence, making the victim feel reliant on the very person who is causing them pain. Your nervous system becomes conditioned to this roller coaster. The lows are terrifying, but the highs feel like salvation, and the abuser is the one who controls both. This dynamic isn't limited to romantic relationships. It can exist between a parent and a child, in toxic friendships, or even in professional environments where a boss alternates between praise and belittlement. So where does choice fit into this chaotic picture? It's not the conscious, empowered choice you might make when deciding what to eat for dinner or what movie to watch. In a trauma bond, the very idea of choice becomes an illusion, manipulated by the powerful neurochemicals that guide our feelings of attachment and survival. The cycle of abuse and positive reinforcement creates a dependency that feels, on a biological level, like an addiction. When you are being devalued or abused, your body is flooded with stress hormones like cortisol. You're in a state of high alert, fear, and pain. Then, when the abuser offers a moment of kindness, an apology, or affection, your brain releases a cocktail of feel-good chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin. Dopamine is the reward chemical, the same one involved in addiction, giving you a rush of pleasure and relief. Oxytocin is the bonding hormone, creating feelings of trust and connection. The abuser becomes the source of both the pain and the relief from that pain. Your brain gets hooked on this unpredictable wave of relief, this chemical craving for the good feelings, even if they only come after intense suffering. This creates a powerful incentive to choose to stay, because leaving feels like walking away from the only person who can make the pain stop and give you that feeling of connection you desperately crave. Over time, this erodes a person's sense of self and reality. Victims often experience intense cognitive dissonance, the profound mental discomfort of holding two conflicting beliefs at once. For instance, I am a smart, capable person, and I am staying in a relationship that is hurting me. To resolve this dissonance, the mind desperately tries to make sense of the situation. It may start to rationalize or defend the abuser's actions. They're just stressed. Minimize the abuse. It wasn't that bad. Or most insidiously, begin to believe the abuse is their own fault. If only I were better, they wouldn't treat me this way. This isn't a rational, empowered choice. It's a survival mechanism hardwired by the trauma itself. Staying can start to feel like the only option to maintain a sense of safety or to get back to the love that was shown in the beginning. You aren't choosing the pain. Your brain is desperately choosing the comfort it has been conditioned to seek from the only available source, the abuser. This is where the narrative shifts from surviving to healing. While you didn't choose to enter a trauma bond, you can begin to make small, conscious choices to reclaim your freedom. This isn't about one heroic, dramatic leap out of the situation. It is about a series of small, intentional, and often quiet steps that rebuild your sense of agency and move you towards safety. The first and most powerful choice is the choice of awareness, acknowledging, even just to yourself, that what you are experiencing is a trauma bond. This means calling it what it is, a cycle of abuse, not just a complicated relationship. It means allowing yourself to see the pattern without immediately justifying or minimizing it. From that seed of awareness, you can begin to make other choices. Start with the choice to detach from the fantasy. This is the choice to stop replaying the highlight reel of the good times and fantasizing about a future where the person finally changes for good. Instead, choose to ground yourself in the reality of the present moment. A powerful tool for this is journaling. Write down what actually happens day to day, not just the good, but the bad and the ugly. This creates an undeniable record that can cut through the fog of confusion. Next, make the choice to set one tiny boundary. A boundary isn't about controlling the other person, it's about taking control of yourself. It might be as small as not answering a text message for an hour, saying, "I'm not available to talk about that right now," or deciding not to engage in a circular argument. Each time you set and hold a small boundary, you are sending a powerful message to your own brain. I have a say. I have agency. Then there's the choice to educate yourself. Learn everything you can about the cycle of abuse, intermittent reinforcement, gaslighting, and love bombing. When you can put a name to the manipulative tactics being used against you, they begin to lose their invisible power. You start to see them as predictable patterns rather than personal failings. Finally, and perhaps most critically, make the choice to break the isolation. Reach out to a trusted friend, a family member, or a professional therapist who specializes in trauma. Abusers thrive on isolation. Reconnecting with people who see your worth and can reflect a healthy perspective back to you is a revolutionary act. It may be the hardest choice to make, but it is the one that reminds you that you are not alone. Each of these small decisions helps you rebuild your sense of self and proves that you have power. It's a process of taking back your life, one choice at a time. Breaking free from a trauma bond is not about blaming yourself for the choices you made while you were just trying to survive. It's about recognizing that your power was never truly gone. It was just suppressed by a powerful psychological and biological force. It was hijacked by a dynamic designed to keep you trapped. By understanding the psychology at play, the intermittent reinforcement, the neurochemical addiction, the cognitive dissonance, you can begin to see the illusion for what it is. And from there, you can begin to make new choices. Choices that prioritize your safety and well-being. Choices that rebuild your shattered self-esteem and affirm your worth choices that slowly but surely lead you toward healthier connections built on a foundation of genuine respect, consistency, and safety. It is a slow and steady process of reclaiming your power, one brave decision at a time. If this video resonated with you, please consider sharing your thoughts in the comments below. You never know who might be reading, and your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to feel less alone. And if you found this perspective helpful, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more content on understanding and navigating complex relationships. You deserve to be safe, respected, and free.